Hey guys, we've got a wonderful new product here at Jerry's Artorama. It is called the New York Central Steinberg Superior Kolinsky Watercolor Brush. They are this gorgeous watercolor brush made by one of our German brush makers. They have 24 karat gold ferrules that have been coated to protect the gold, but also to protect your brush from any tarnish that should occur. There's 4 coats of enamel on these gorgeous brushes. Besides the hair, which we'll talk about in a minute because that's just outstanding, the brushes have this beautiful hourglass shape. I mean, they're gorgeous, but what's the purpose of that? Well, the purpose is twofold. Some people, especially if you're going to use this potentially maybe as a signature brush on oil paints, you've got it balanced back here, you're holding it right in that kind of bottom hourglass so that you can balance the brush really nicely for a signature. When you're doing watercolor techniques where you're up close and nice and tight, your hand's actually holding it at the right spot rather than it being kind of a big clunky brush, so you tend to choke up on the ferrule like you see people do in watercolor classes, or we all do it. Come on, I've done it before, or you've probably done it. This kind of reminds you the proper brush holding procedure, which just kind of trains your hand that much better. It hones your skills even more. Now, Kolinsky is becoming a hard item to get anymore. These are from the male tail Siberian Kolinsky. So it's got that bushiness and that body, but that superior fine point that you only can get from that type of Kolinsky brush. Now, all these brush heads, as you can see, slide them over here. There's rounds and there's pointed rounds. With the Steinberg, it's actually a nice pointed round. Now, a regular round has these big full bellies that can hold a lot of water. It's kind of like a smaller version of a wash brush, and it can get a decent point when you want it, but these get a razor sharp, super, super tight point, as you can see right there. And that's what a pointed round can do with hair that's just as quality and luxurious as this. So we're going to take this brush and we're going to use a little bit of this to get kind of a nice, lay down some larger areas of color for you to see. Now this, just from this one loading of this brush, you can see I can put that much watercolor on there from the cow, but yet I can take it. We'll find a little bit brighter color. I can take it over here, and on this illustration board, I can get beautiful, nice, tight points with this brush that's a size 10. Now, if I want to hold my hand still, I can get very little, tiny, tight little detail for outlining, little dots and eyes. So that's what the larger sizes can do. Now, these beautiful little sizes have great points for doing just little tiny hairs, really tight detail. They'd be wonderful for illustrators. These are hairs that you just really don't get anymore on the market, just with the ban on specific types of Kolinsky. There's rules and regulations. It can be used, but there's rules and regulations in how it's done. And this German brush maker has found a way to still get in on those regulations and be legal, but still produce an amazing hair, which is just next to impossible to do anymore. So the New York Central Steinberg Superior Kolinsky watercolor brushes, they are superior. There's truth in the name.